This Mark Sanchez story gets weirder and weirder by the day. To catch you up briefly, and our official attorney, Lisa Lanier, is going to join us to kind of break it down. Just the basics is he's an former NFL quarterback. He's retired. He works for Fox Sports as an analyst. He does the games you watch on Sunday, like one of the guys talking, depending on where you live, he might be doing your game. He's very talented. He's on different shows. He breaks down film, and he goes on all these different Fox Sports shows as an analyst. And you get this story that he got stabbed in the chest in the middle of the night, and you're like, what is going on?
You hear intensive care.
I thought he got jumped.
That's what we thought. That's what I thought. I mean,
I thought it was
crazy.
Be a bar fight or something, because it was late night, and I was like, okay, he might have went out to the bar, in the city. I think it was Indianapolis. He was in, he got stabbed. And then the next morning we hear, oh, he's being arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hear it's a misdemeanor. Now we're hearing it's a felony. And he got into a fight, we're finding out, with a 69-year-old man who was like picking up like grease.
Cooking oil.
Cooking oil, at like midnight. And Mark Sanchez was seen sprinting up and down an alleyway, and he was drunk, apparently.
It gets more and more bizarre.
But yeah, it went from, oh my gosh, hope he lives, which he's fine, to, oh, he's been arrested for a misdemeanor, to, oh, he might go to prison because now it's a felony. Because the 69-year-old guy, they released pictures of him.
Oh.
And when they released the pictures, like, oh, this is not good.
Oh, thank God that guy had the pictures.
Yeah.
And had
like a slash on his jaw.
I heard a slash. I heard it went so deep it went through his cheek and into his tongue.
Oh my God.
The guy or Mark Sanchez?
The guy, the old guy.
Oh, so he got stabbed too?
I don't know. He got slashed in the face, so I don't know if he took the knife from when he got stabbed. I don't know. There's still a lot that's unknown. Maybe Lisa Lanier has heard an update, but we do have our official attorney, Lisa Lanier, on. Good morning, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, this story is crazy, and I would say, like, getting into a fight, it's so much worse than that for Mark Sanchez. He attacked this guy, so he was belligerent drunk, and he went out into the alleyway apparently to, run some sprints, I think, to kind of sober up, because in a matter of hours he was calling a football game. He was there. He was there for work. And so he was back there, and he didn't like that this older gentleman was parked back there in the alley at the dock for the Westin Hotel, because he was doing his job, which is they come in after hours and they recycle your grease, your cooking oil. And that was his job. But he didn't like that he was parked back there. And he started going off on him. And there's surveillance video of him just going after this guy. And at first, the guy, the victim, finds some pepper spray, and he gets him with the pepper spray. But then, and then that subdues him for a few minutes, just like very brief, not even a few minutes, a few seconds. But then he wipes his eyes and he comes at the guy again, just beating him, throwing him up against the wall. And it's unclear to me. I've heard different reports about where the knife came from, but at some point, the victim gets control of the knife and is able to stab Mark Sanchez in the chest enough to really disable him. But the guy is in terrible shape. They're both now, they're both in pretty bad shape. But it is this. So Mark Sanchez has been charged with this felony, which he faces up to 6 years in prison. It's called felony battery. He's also been charged with 3 misdemeanors, and it's an aggravating factor to get the harsher end of the punishment that his victim was over 65. Was elderly. And what I'm hearing, because I've been following this, I do these deep rabbit hole dives into these things. All these former teammates are saying, look, everybody knows that Sanchez gets like this when he drinks. He gets out of control. He gets aggressive, that he's one of those people that is nice when he's sober, but turns into a monster when he drinks. And they said this was just bound to happen. It was just a matter of time. That several colleagues said he crosses the line when he's drinking. And so, he's in big trouble here. And this poor guy. So, but, this guy, his name was Perry, the older guy. He has hired a lawyer, and they have sued civilly as well. So there's criminal prosecution, but then there's a civil suit against Mark Sanchez and against Fox Sports, because in most states have this doctrine respondeat superior, where the employer can be held liable if an employee, in the course and scope of their work, their job, their work, their employment, commits negligence or battery or something like this. And here, the argument is going to be from Fox Sports is like, hey, wait, this wasn't in the course and scope of his employment. We are not in the business of beating up little elderly guys.
Right.
But the law, particularly in Indiana where this happened, is that when somebody is there on business like this, but what he's got to show is that Fox Sports had reason to know that this kind of thing would happen from Sanchez. And from what all the colleagues say, they knew. And that's going to be the key point, is did they or not? But, a lot of the colleagues that are coming forward and saying, look, everybody knows Sanchez has a problem and he gets belligerent when he drinks. If Fox Sports knew that and they still put him out there like this, then they've got a problem here too. But I think all the way around, this guy's going to get paid. But, man, he's in bad shape. If you see the pictures, I posted some of the pictures of him in his ICU bed. It's bad.
What about the laws here? Not in Indiana about the laws. If you get belligerent, can the company get sued?
Jason's a little bit worried.
Can the company get sued here?
If they know we get that way.
It really
has.
Or Myrtle or Savannah.
Right.
We have some similar laws. You have, but it's negligent hiring and retention is what it's all about. And so if it's a brand new, one-off kind of a behavior, then that's going to be a lot harder to stick on the employer versus, if you've seen this pattern of behavior and you still put this person out there, in a hotel waiting to go on the air, and you know that this is likely to happen. Because that's the only reason that Mark Sanchez crossed paths with Perry was that he was there for work. And if they knew that he had a propensity for this kind of thing, then they're going to have a problem. And it would be similar in most jurisdictions.
And did the other guy, that the victim, is he? So he didn't get charged, and is that considered self-defense?
Yes, they said it was absolutely clear that it was self-defense.
And is that only because they had the video footage? Like, if it could have been the opposite if they didn't have the video footage?
I think that there were other indicia at the scene, like how trashed Sanchez was, for one thing.
Yeah.
And but certainly the video, didn't hurt. And and it's good. There's video now all the time. That's the first thing. I do personal injury, any kind of accident. The first thing I'm doing is getting video. Not just you think about bystander video and that sort of thing, but like this, like surveillance video. Everybody has it on homes, businesses. So, you can't get away with stuff like this anymore. But maybe in the past, he could have said, hey, this old guy started it or something.
Yeah.
But he couldn't hear.
We're talking about the Mark Sanchez story where he got in a fight with an older man. He was drunk. He's a former NFL quarterback. The quarterback got stabbed in the chest, but now we're learning self-defense. 2 quick questions. How much time do you think he'll actually get? Because I don't know if he has a record. I don't think so. And also, how much can he win in the lawsuit?
The victim
win. Yeah. So, with the penalties being up to 6 years, and he has a prior, it's pretty old, but he was accused of sexual assault back in college. Oh. And alcohol was involved in that. It was in 2006. And he was arrested, and the team and the school suspended him. But I think the victim decided not to continue pressing charges because it was getting, back then, was there a lot of victim blaming, and she didn't want her name dragged through the mud and that sort of thing. So I don't know what the details were about what really happened there. But the one thing that seemed consistent was that alcohol was involved in some bad behavior, so he does have that, but it's pretty remote. So I think under a lot of circumstances, what you would see is he will say, he'll lawyer up, and the lawyer will say, look, he has a problem. He has a substance problem. We're going to send him to rehab, go light on him. He hasn't done anything like this before. And typically you'll see a lighter sentence for that. But here, it seems like all the law enforcement, and presumably the DA will be the same in Indiana, they're saying, look, you come to our town and you attack our people, and we are going to put you away.
Yeah.
And they're taking a really hard line so far. So we will see. He may end up
6 years,
doing
though.
some time. Yeah, up to 6 years.
That seems a little excessive.
The guy was minding his own business, trying to do his job.
Have you seen Jason, Week on Crime, was pointed out.
Like,
no, I'm not.
Collecting cooking oil at midnight.
Jason, pro elder abuse is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I think he would learn his lesson. Between the difference of 2 years and 6 years, I think Mark Sanchez would learn his lesson. Go to rehab. Plus, this guy, it's probably not a bad deal for him. Might recover millions of dollars.
He got slashed in the face. For
I know
doing
that.
his
Could have been
job.
killed. That's surprising.
Now that would be a different story, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are weak
I mean,
on crime.
I personally, if I was the victim,
You are.
if I had to pick a lot of money or Mark Sanchez going to jail, if I could pick, I'd
You
take the
pick
money, of course. But
also, how unfair. You're doing your job and somebody just is
I mean, that's
belligerent.
horrible.
And yeah.
If I'm not getting money, he needs to go to jail for more than 6 years.
Do you think, Lisa, though?
And he will get a lot of money. To your point, I didn't answer that question. I think he will get a lot of money for this because he's badly injured, and the cost of health care. I mean, this guy he's probably already racked up, $100,000
Well, he's
in
got
medical
insurance,
bills,
I'm sure.
Probably hundreds. He may, but it depends. Like if at his age, I would hope that he has Medicare.
Yeah.
And so they will pay, but then they have to be paid back out of his winnings. So it's going to be. It's not
really?
like that's a big. Yeah, that's a lot of people don't realize that. But when you use, especially if it's a federal type of health insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, Champus, VA, you have to pay all that back. I mean, it's bad. So
well, they can sue for the recovery of that, and also the what do you call it? Pain and suffering? That's probably where you're going to get some big money besides that, right?
Yeah, and I think he'll probably have a punitive damages allegation in there, and the fact that it's such a high profile case, that'll bump the value up on it, and everybody's seeing it. Yeah, it'll settle. Yeah,
Okay.
they'll throw some money at him, I would imagine.
Okay. And Matt, I know we both follow sports pretty closely. I have not heard if he's been fired or not from Fox Sports.
I haven't heard anything about him losing his job yet.
If not, they really like him.
Do you guys remember what he was famous for? Was the butt fumble?
Yeah.
Yes, that was the Patriots.
I think he did this on purpose. He was tired of being called about he's the butt fumble guy.
That's whatever.
Now he's got something else to be remembered.
Maybe that's what the guy did. Maybe he saw Mark and said, "Hey, butt fumble," and then that was just final
guy,
straw.
He's like, fumble this, slash
it.
face.
I do think you
man.
have to be careful with the lately. I think the culture has changed with when you have a substance addiction. Although this seemed to go a little bit further, because I know that radio DJ in another state on a station that I used to work at, he got caught DUI at 9:00 in the morning, getting in a fight with the police, and they decided not to let him go and put him in rehab because he had a substance problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that will play a factor, right?
That will
Yeah,
play
for
a
a long
factor.
time, it was kind of a get out of jail free card. Like people would say they would get in bad trouble, and then they would go, "Oh, but I have a substance use problem. Look, I'll go to treatment, and then you don't need to punish me." And that used to fly, but I think that's far less so now than it was even just a few years ago.
It's also a big difference in the case of the DJ where, yeah, he got into an altercation with the police officer, but he didn't slash someone's face.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like that's
Yeah.
very serious.
And I'm not talking about legally anyways. He did probably get charged, but from the employer point of view.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
So key takeaways: don't be out of control drinking, and Jason hates old people.
Yeah.
We knew
Yes.
older
That is
women
not
was
true.
not something he preferred,
That
but
is
he
not
actually
true.
is pretty consistent. Doesn't like old men either.
No, that is not true. I mean, seriously, I think it's
But he has insurance.
Yeah, he's like, I have to pay for that. Big deal. I'm like, if that were someone that
If it's
Jason
your dad,
knew,
if it's your dad,
Your dad-
running his own business,
And by the way, let me just remind you,
And he's-
68 years old in the middle of the night at midnight collecting cooking oil.
and a
Like,
Jets quarterback,
Yeah.
former
yeah,
Jets
that's
quarterback,
if that were your dad, you'd be suing him for every
Suing?
penny and then
Yes.
trying to get him to go
and
to
you
jail
want him
for
in jail
life.
for a long time.
suing.
Yeah.
Yes, without a doubt.
That was callous what you
But,
said.
that
it
would
was
be related to me. If I just take a step back from rehabilitation point, I don't think it matters from 2 years to 6 years. And Lisa, I bet she gets less than 6 years for like all the lawyers or something. I bet she gets out.
Yeah, I think.
He probably will, but
Unless they keep on with this really hard line that they're taking so far, then yeah, I mean that's typical for him to get less than the full.
Maybe
But I mean, he did.
sorry.
It is pretty bad, and the video is pretty bad too.
Maybe he can get Diddy's lawyers and he'll get nothing.
yeah, get nothing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
They'll probably give him a raise.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're
Yeah.
going to replace Tom Brady as our feature
Well, I will
analyst.
say this: if he goes back on TV and becomes a analyst, the ratings might go up initially because they want to see what. For some reason, that always happens.
Oh yeah, of
It happened with
course.
Jimmy Kimmel. It happened with this radio guy. It happens anytime
sure.
there's this huge story and it's controversy. When they come back, the ratings go up.
Are you setting yourself up for the future so that when you do something that sends you away to prison, that are like, guys, keep me on.
Hey,
The
no, it's
ratings.
for ratings.
They're going to go through the roof. Just wait.
I thought about that too. If I ever do something stupid, like, no, but it's for ratings.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Except for we would just get canned and
Yeah.
never heard from again.
Right, exactly. Like, gosh, remember that loser? No, this is a way to get out of this person.
Yes.
Yeah, like he's cleaning out grease traps at Bojangles now or whatever. All right, Lisa, you're the best.
Thank you, Lisa.
Appreciate you. If you're ever injured, contact her right away. And hire a heavyweight. She'll take better care of you than if Jason were your
They got
attorney.
insurance.
Yeah,
He's got
what?
insurance.
He has 2 cheeks.
What's wrong with you?
One cheek gets cut. Who cares?
He
There's another
does.
one.
We don't know that he. It's fine.